Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you on the third chapter about human-computer interaction. This we will learn about the interaction. Right? Or what we learn on interaction. We have fourth what is subject or sub explanation about the interaction. And first one is for the interaction model. So it's the translation between the user and the system. And the second is about ergonomics. So it's talk about the physical characteristic of interaction. And the third is interaction style, how make the nature of the user and system dialogue that we have. The last is about the context for the interaction itself. And for the what is the interaction, that we know about the interaction is like the communication between the user and the system. What is that? What is the communication between the user and system? Maybe we will learn about the language and action in chapter 4 for the next meeting. Okay, and for the models of interaction, we have two model. This is for the normal model and both framework for the interaction. So we have two models of interaction that we will explain of this chapter. This is some term in the interaction. We need the domain, goal, and task. Domain is the area of our study, and the goal is what we want to achieve for the interaction, and task is how to make the interaction, how to do the interaction on this communication, right? And this is what I said, as we have two model on the interaction. The first one is the Donald-Norman model, that we have 7 stages. Maybe you can learn deeply for this is for the user is please formulate, specific, execute, perceive, interpret, and evaluate the system. So the normal model concentrate on user view of the interface. Actually, for the human-computer interface, you must consent to the user. You must consent to what is the user of our for the interaction. Like that. Okay, this is the stage on the Donald-Norman model that we have. This is about the goal, system, evaluation, and also execution. So we need, if we have the goal and make the system, we must execute our goal to the system. But if we have the system, we want to synchronize with our goal, we need the evaluation in here. Okay. So this is if we have a specific action to interface with the goal, maybe you can what is recognize. This is if we have to make the call, so we need specification to at the interface. For the execution, we need execute action, perceive, interpret, and for evaluation, we evaluate the system state with respect of to the call. Right? For the using Norman model, for the Norman model, the system are harder to use than other. It will be make our decision that we must make a substitution or evaluation. If the formula of action is not equal to the system action that allowed by system, so we need execution. But is if the user expectation is not equal to the actual presentation, we must need evaluation. This is for the human error that we have on the interaction that we know about sleep and mistakes. Okay. And the second framework, second model that we have is about and build framework. This is the interaction of build framework that we have. Like we need output and input and output here, and also we need the core and task. So we have for part for the about and build framework. This is user, input, system, and output. So this is the user in is we need task, the input, and this is the system, and also the output. So each has own unique language because the interaction like a translation between the language. In this framework said that the problem in interaction is the problem for the translation between the user and the system. Okay. For on the about and builds model, so we need the user intention in here, like translate into action, translate into alteration, reflect to the output display, and interpreted by the user. Okay, and the next is about the ergonomic, this physical aspect to the interface. Ergonomics like to study how the physical characteristic interaction and what is the best what is the best standard or guideline for our interaction. The example you can solve this about the arrangement of control and display is like to make our economy, surrounding environment, health issues, and use of the color is the example how to make economic for the interaction. It's depend on our physical human to interact with the computer, right? The interaction style, that is the dialogue, the computer and the user. Here the common interaction style that could be command line, menus, natural language, this like a command line that we use in under DOS, or command line that we have on common, what's that in? Maybe using the operation system on Linux, and also Unix using command line interface. But today for the visual interaction we have menus, natural language like maybe speech recognition, we need the speech recognition, question and answer, and query dialogue, form field and spreadsheet. We may like Windows, uh, Windows in maybe I will explain over the next slide. The point and click and three-dimensional interface. And the element of Vim interface, what I say this Vim is like Windows icons, menus, and pointer. So we need button, toolbar, palette, dialogues like this. That Windows we have on the area of the screen, scroll bar, title bar. Icon is like small picture or image that represent some object. This can be closed down. An icon it can be many and various to the what is like icon is like a shortcut that we know on the computer. Okay, this pointer that we using on mouse, trackball, joystick, or something. Menus. We have the menus design issues in here. This like a kind of the use. What is the input of the menus? What to use? How to group item? And choice of the keyboard accelerator like hotkeys. Okay, this button. I think this you already know, but you must consider to use it for your what is interaction design. It's a dialog box. For the interactivity, it's easy to focus on look what about feel. So this is a speech driven interfaces. So it's like we need a natural language on speech recognition. Okay, look and feel this podcast. This the appearance and the behavior for the computer is like look and feel that for human. So we must consider about it. That's for the appearance and the behavior for the computer is equal to look and feel for the human. Okay, we have this for the this. Next is for error and repair. Actually, for the interaction, we can what is deny about the error and repair to use in here. So the last is for the context is interaction affected by the social and organizational context. Okay, experience, engagement, and fun. It's like designing experience, physical engagement, and managing value. Okay. So, what is the experience? This is we must consider about this. This is the example. Expression. What is our experience to the interaction? Okay, and physical design. That's many constraints that we must consider. So, please, if you develop some software or interaction in the computer and the human, we must consider with economic, physical, legal and safety, contact in environment, aesthetic, and also economics. Okay, and this about the button. And for managing value, people use something if only it has perceived the value and the value exceed the cost. It's like the what is we if we have used the technology, we have we if we want to make the more value, it will be cost to the what we get to the interaction. Okay. This is the example. It's about the human computer book search. Maybe we want to find the book. The value is for people who have the book, helps you to look up things. And if we we make a short on online mini encyclopedia, we will find it, but something you must buy to this book for our interaction. It's like what we must cost to do something. Right. So for the generation, if you want someone to do something, make it easy for them and understand their values for to do the interaction. Okay, this is the explanation about the interaction. And see you for the lesson. Don't forget to do the assignment on learning activity. Thank you.